words. I'm sure every family out there just wishes they could force their loved ones to see what's happening and really encourage them to get the help. But like you said, we only make changes that we decide to make for ourselves. We can be offered all the programs, all the information, but until that point where you want to make that change, that's when you make the change. So definitely a great organization to reach out to if you are ready to make that change. Joel here, just listening to him speak, the passion that he has about it, he's going to be there for you. He's going to help you out.
Absolutely.
And
my whole team.
His whole team.
24/7.
Exactly.
The disease doesn't go home at 4:30 every day, so our phones don't shut off at 4:30.
Right. Now, how many people do you have on your team that really helps day in, day out?
4 people.
4 people?
Shannon, Steven, and Brian, and myself.
Wow. Small team for a big, big job.
And we're running. And thanks to the French Metcalf Foundation, they helped us get a van. So we're able to travel to get these people in beds a lot sooner, because here's the thing. When they say they're done with shooting heroin, you have their attention span to get them tethered to an IV bag and get them in a bed somewhere, or they are going to rabbit, they're going to start feeling that pain, and they're going to run. And that's usually when we lose them.
Wow. And that's a short window.
Very short.
How long are we talking?
I mean,
on average?
Have a matter of hours, and I've been on the way to Syracuse in my truck and had them shaking and puking and pooping all over, to where I wouldn't even roll. I'd rolled through the street lights, the stop sign, and he still jumped out of the truck.
Wow.
Yep, that's how powerful it is.
Wow.
And at that point, you can't chase them, because there's a fine line between trying to help somebody and kidnap somebody.
Right. So you're kind of at the mercy. You hope you get there in time, and you hope that once they do get into your truck, that they're going to be there for that ride.
And now that we're able to get to Auburn Community Hospital in a matter of minutes, and I call them on the way, and they're ready for us, and they're doing a beautiful job. I can't thank them guys enough. We're saving lives, because here's the thing. The counties that surround us, every county that touches Cayuga County leveled off.
Okay.
Everybody else went up 11%.
Wow.
We finished 2018 the same as we were in 2017.
Wow.
We leveled off, and everybody else went up 11% was the ratio.
Wow.
So something's happening. And
Definitely.
I don't want to shoot myself in the foot by no means, but that was done by the community. The feds didn't come in and step up. The state. It was us down here fighting long before they got into it.
Right. Because that was one of the things that when I was preparing to speak with you about, I was thinking about. And I just put something on Facebook right before here. And the one thing that I mentioned is addiction it doesn't affect one person. It affects the community. And to help conquer the epidemic, it takes the community to do
correct.
it.
Yes.
Which leads me into the next question for you. Obviously, you have a big event this Saturday.
Oh yeah,
let's talk about that for a little bit. Definitely, Nick's Ride for Friends, the motorcycle ride. Is that correct? Right.
Yes.
Yep.
And
after party.
Can I just tell you the story about the ride?
Yeah, go for it. We got all the time you need.
The ride represents everybody's life. You know, Nick's ride was from the day he was born, 6/12/95-12/28/15. And what was important to my son Nicholas is what he did during the dash, and that's what he called his ride. So now we have a motorcycle ride, and no parent wants to ever stop their son's ride. So I look at it every night when I lay down, that my son is still bringing people together and helping people. from the other side. And I'm going to keep his ride going for as long as the community will keep helping me. We're getting some great foundations that are taking notice of us, that are stepping right up. The Allen Foundation, the French MedCat Foundation, the Emerson Foundation is poking at us a little bit. I can't say enough, and I want to let everybody listening, if you see us out there and you see that jug, and even if you can put $1 in it, I want you to know two things. That dollar will never go towards a salary, and that dollar, when you lay down at night, you can know that went towards saving somebody's life.
Wow.
And that's fact.
I have to admit, when you told the story of the ride, it brings a whole new dimension for
That's
it.
all that matters is what you do.
It's so much, you think about these rides and you think it's just a great fundraiser, but when you put it in those terms, when you put it in those words, and the fact that that dash really is what our life is about.
You can either be an a-hole or you can be a great guy, plain and simple, and that's how you're going to go out.
Exactly.
In my dash, I want to be somebody that helped people, just like my son.
Right.
They called him, one of his best friend teacher, Mr. Farrar, called him an advocate for the underdog.
Advocate for the underdog.
That's
all
where
right.
the underdog scholarship came for, and we do a wrestling camp because we hope in the summer times we can get people engaged to, help them get into something, get off of the streets or whatever. Because I seen what wrestling did for Nicholas. It was good for him. Yes, he did pass a horrible way, but wrestling was his life.
Wow.
He was the captain.
Nice. So what are some of the events that are going on to help promote? I know that there's going to be some bands going on. There's the motorcycle ride.
Yeah.
Let's get in a little bit about that and tell people how they can come down here, support, and fundraisers that are happening.
Absolutely. This is what I would do if I was somebody and it was a beautiful Saturday. I would try to get here by noon before the motorcycles take off because my brother Jeffrey said it best. He said, last year when we were leaving, the ground was shaking, the glass in the windows on State Street was shaking, the church bells were going off because we leave at high noon, and it is just a beautiful spectacle of your community coming together. And this year, we're going on a loop, and we'll be stopping after a beautiful ride through the Finger Lakes. We'll be stopping at Senate Firehouse for Upstate Barber and Russo's Barbershop. They do a picnic and a fundraiser for us every year. So we're going to stop there for a free pig picking and some adult beverages. And then we come back to A.T. Wally's. We'll be coming down Genesee Street. So I recommend that if you want to see something cool, to see all these motorcycles led by the Logan Hook and Ladder, by the state trooper, by the sheriff's car, and also by APD.
Nice.
To show what this community is doing.
Nice. Now, how many bikers do you have participating? Do you know right now?
I'm anticipating 150 plus.
Nice. 150 bikes rolling down the street. That is going to make a thunder.
Rolling thunder.
Oh, yeah. All right. That sounds awesome. I'll definitely be trying to get down here. Actually, I am going to get down here to see that.
Awesome.
For sure. Now, what other volunteer opportunities are available if someone wanted to reach? Do you have other ways people can help volunteer with your organization?
I tell you what, if you can always reach out to me, 315-246-6485. I've always got something going on. Lots of times, if you're able to drive, sometimes I'm lacking for a driver, even if it was to get to one of my peers or something. But I would say if someone wants to help out, maybe the day of the ride, you could show up a little bit early and talk to somebody in a Nick's Ride shirt, and I'm sure we could put you to work doing something, I promise you.
All right.
But was going to say one other thing, and I forgot it. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's all right. If it comes, I have one more question for you. So if that comes up, we'll just swing back around and we'll definitely touch base on that because this is such an important topic. I don't want you to forget anything. So my last question for you, this is definitely a personal question. It's one that I like to end every episode with. What is your favorite experience so far this year?
Now, I thought this was a family channel.
Well, it is a podcast, so technically we can go either way. So
I'll tell you what. The good Lord blessed me with two beautiful children. And God bless Nick, and he's gone, but he's with me every day. But my favorite moment this year, I had two of them. My favorite moment this year was watching my beautiful daughter, Rose, cross that stage after the adversity that she's gone through in her life and receive her diploma at Honors. And then, again, to brag on my beautiful daughter, Rose, it warmed my heart even more than that when she said, Dad, I want to get on a plane to Africa and I want to go help the children of Africa. So she got on a plane and took off to Ghana, Africa. And she sent me this picture, and I've never seen her look so beautiful. She is happy and content. I wish her all the luck and love in the world.
Wow. Well, I gotta say, this has definitely been the most emotional podcast that I've done. I've only, just started a little over a month ago. I really, really appreciate the openness and candor that you offered. It's definitely very emotional what you're talking about, and the listeners can't see it, but I can see in your face what this really, really means to you. So thank you so much for taking time and speaking to me. Now, how can people follow you, keep in touch with you?
Oh, you can find us on Facebook, Nick's Ride on Facebook. We have a website, Google Nick's Ride for Friends. It pops right up. And then we have a link, an app. If you dial 36260 and message the word friends, it sends you to a link which will connect you to one of me or my staff. And like I say, I can always be reached at 315-246-6485. That's my personal number. I'm never without it. And feel free to call me, and I hope to see as many of you come out and support. You don't need a motorcycle. There's going to be two great bands. We've got Petty Fees. We got Young JD and Paul. They're going to be kicking it. And then we've got Cruise Control. Got my man Pat Doyle on the guitar.
All right.
Bad Boy on the drums. It's going to be a good night. So come on out and let's tear Auburn down. All
right. Let's tear it down in a good way this time, for sure.
Good way.
Definitely a good way. All right. Well, Joel, again, thank you so much for being on here. Definitely reach out. Check out this podcast. It's a really important one. This is one that please, if you're listening to this podcast, please share it. Get it out to as many people as possible. Let everyone know the good that is happening in Cayuga County and with Nick's Ride for Friends. It's so important to us, the community. It's the community's responsibility to help those who truly need the help, and that is what Joel is doing here. So definitely get a hold of him on Facebook, Instagram, any way that you can. Follow him, keep up to date. As for Cayuga on the Rocks, follow me on Facebook, Instagram, CayugaOnTheRocks.com, and pretty much all the major platforms you can listen to this show. For now, that will be it. Thank you again, Joel, for such an emotional and very honest interview today. And I hope that everyone in Auburn wants to come out and support and just have a good time while doing some good for the community. Thank you.
Thank you.